A shortage of second-hand cars in Britain has led to a rise in prices. It's thought the government's car scrappage scheme could be behind the change in the unusual patterns of depreciation. I'm joined by the director of the carsite.co.uk website, Alistair Jeff, who joins us now from central London. Have you ever known anything like this before?
No, it's a completely unprecedented time for the motor trade. We have the odd 1 or 2 months, but certainly not 9 consecutive months in a row of price increases.
So actually your family car or your car sitting in your drive or on the street outside your house now is actually gaining in value by how much? Just talk us through some of the different models.
Yes, very much so. Well, it's some recent research that we did at Carsite was looking at the last 4 months, particularly over the summer period. We found things like the Chrysler Voyager, which is a good family car, a 3-year-old one, has actually increased by about £1,100 in that period. And it being the summertime, great for convertibles, we found the MX-5 with a good, stable, quality Mazda vehicle has gone up as much as £1,400 or £1,500 in some models.
And what is behind it? Is it the car scrappage scheme? Is it the fact that companies on perhaps leasing deals are keeping their cars for longer? What is it? What's the reason?
It's a combination of a lot of different factors. Manufacturers, as we know, are producing less cars now, and the knock-on effect of that is there are less short-cycle deals and also less pre-registration for franchise dealers to sell. So franchise dealers are looking to be able to stock their forecourt with something different, so they're looking at 2 or 3-year-old vehicles. Again, fleet and leasing companies are extending their lease terms, so they're not returning the cars for 2 or 3 years. Some of them are now 3, 4 or 5 years. And again, that means there are less cars in the marketplace. So you've got franchise dealers looking for 3 or 4-year-old stock. You've got the traditional 3 or 4-year-old used car buyers also looking for stock and not finding it. And at the bottom end of the market, you've got the scrappage scheme actually scrapping some vehicles which some of those dealers may traditionally have bought as well.
So great news for Arthur Daly's. They can make a package in the immediate short term. But what's going to happen, do you think, when car production picks up?
Well, I don't think we're going to see the massive falls in used car prices that we saw last year. This year really has been very much about the stabilisation, and it's a great position that the market has actually come back much stronger than it was even before it began to fall last year. Certainly moving into sort of next year and the year after, the industry feeling and our feeling at Carsite is that things will continue to stabilise. They will at some point stop rising because it's just not going to continue forever. However, they're not as likely to fall as rapidly as they may have in the past.
Okay, Alistair Jeff, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.